Hello everybody and welcome back to Spill the Tea Lou. My name is Lou, this is Ash. We did have Manchester United versus Newcastle this weekend. It's not the only thing we're going to be talking about. Apologies about the fact that I'm late. I was actually on time. I had everything set up. I had my new stuff going on. Everything was fine. And then what was it? My mic was working but Ash couldn't hear me. So I obviously had the wrong thing clicked. As you can see, I am in full Christmas get up. I make no apologies. I haven't taken this off for 2 days and I'm not about to now. So hat, pajamas, I am wearing, now hold on if I can do this without kicking everything. I'm wearing matching bottoms and they're not coming off because these are the only clothes that fit me right now. So this is what we're going with until tomorrow. What day is tomorrow, Ash? Monday? I'm off. My mom is doing my shop for me for the next 2 days. So I'm off today and then I'm off tomorrow and then I'm off the next day. 3 days, Ash. So I'm just going to live in this. I'm going to be so smelly and I don't even care. Now the whole internet knows.
I was telling my parents, I was like, we were talking about dates and stuff and like when I'm going to see them, what we're doing. And I'm just like, they keep on mentioning days. And I'm like, don't tell me days, tell me dates. Because I've got no idea what day is what. Like,
to be fair,
it's just like Christmas time, isn't it?
To be fair, I'm normally bad at days because I work Monday to Saturday. The only day of the week I know what it is Sunday because it's my only day off. So Monday to Saturday, even in normal circumstances, I don't know what day it is because they're all just work days for me. But this week, it's worse than ever because I'm literally just like, I really don't know what day of the week it is because I'm off, I'm fat, I'm drinking. I don't normally drink that much, but so I had a few drinks. I've watched all the football. And as you can see, I now have a new setup. Well, I don't have a setup. You can't see anything, to be fair. I have a new setup. I might take a small little video later for everybody and just a little cute, like 30-second one. Won't even need 30 seconds, 10 seconds, and put it up on the channel for people to see as a short that what it looks like now. It's most of the way done. So my fiance built his own computer and he has now built me a computer. We were waiting on a part. It got delivered 2 days before Christmas. So I said to him, I was like, I need to use your computer to stream. And he was like, you absolutely don't need my computer to stream. I'm gaming tonight. You have your own computer now. So I have a computer. The thing is, I do only have, Ash, you were getting pelters and we haven't even started on the football yet. And you were getting pelters. I should probably welcome everybody as well. Yeah, I mean, you're in trouble tonight. You are in trouble. And you know, the only thing that's going to save you is Hassam will unlikely be in the chat because he is in fact live on his own channel, although that has not stopped him before. I made him blue, so if the real Hassam comes, we will.
I was going to say, depends. Is he going to get banned again?
No, I made him blue, so we don't get mixed up and ban him. But yeah, other than that, you'd be getting even more pelters because you'd be in here calling you a fraud and all sorts. But yeah, so I have a new setup. It's not really a new setup. This is the mic I was already using. It's just attached to a different computer that was built specifically for me. It has lovely little rainbow colors. It's very cute. I have one screen, which I have commandeered. It's my PlayStation gaming screen. So I have currently no screen on my PlayStation, which is just not acceptable. There is another screen on the way, so it's going to be here very soon. But so this is going to be my setup. This is where I'm going to be from now on. This room, actually, you can't see it. I mean, it's like, do you know, like a wee box room in a house. So this is my wee box room. And actually it was all the stock for the shop. I've got rid of all the stock for the shop and I've just turned it into my studio room. So I am going to decorate these blank spaces at some point when I get dressed to leave my house. I don't know what's going on then. Maybe a teapot. I've actually a really old poster of Roy Keane, like that I had on the back of my bedroom door as a teenager. Like I have this poster a long time. Like this poster's old. It's like crinkled from all of the different places I've put it in my room. So if I can find that from my mom's house, I might frame that and put it here beside me and Roy. And then maybe a wee teapot over here. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. As you can tell, I've not given it much thought. I'm just decorating the room on the spot. But how is everybody? Welcome to the stream. We are 4 minutes in of me just talking utter garbage. Me and Ash don't know what day of the week it is, but we do know the football scores. Welcome, everybody. David, Flossie, I see Winnie's in the house. I'm sure I saw Rob there as well. Let me see. We're talking that long. I miss it. Cash Day. It's Cash Day. I love it. Did I say Flossie? Flossie's here. You're there saying hi to everybody while I was trying to figure out why nobody could hear me. And yes, I knew I saw Rob. Please do smash a like on the video, people. Thank you for sharing some of your Christmas festive period with us. We obviously are not on the normal schedule because Christmas, New Year, we don't know what day it is. So maybe we are on the normal schedule. You'll have to tell us. But it is nice to see everybody in the house. Obviously, I normally do sort of pre-record reactions to all of the football, the matches over the weekend. But I decided, since I have a few days off, why would we not just do a live? And if I'm going to go live and talk about all the teams, why would I not have Ash on with me? So it just seemed like a really good idea. And you're all here, so obviously it was. But Ash, tell me, how was your Christmas? How has your few days been? Did you have you been merry? Other than
my Christmas has been a bit weird, actually, because normally I always go up to see family, but this year's been a bit different. I've had my daughter on Boxing Day and not Christmas Day, so I've not been able to actually go up. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one, but yeah, she's been like absolutely spoiled rotten, to be honest. She's just had
that's the main thing.
Yeah, so she's been absolutely spoiled rotten presents from me, and then I took her over to my parents today, and she's been spoiled rotten there as well. And then football's just made me even more depressed. So there's not many more. It's not been the best Christmas. And then they moved all the Boxing Day games that normally happen. It wasn't on this year, which just made me sad.
Yeah, I have to say, like, there's Dave Boy saying Merry Christmas to everybody. But yes, I think the lack of fixtures on Boxing Day is an absolute disgrace. We never actually talked about this before because we're always so busy. We talk about so much stuff, we literally just run out of time because we get so distracted. It's all your fault, actually. I sit here quietly trying to keep us on track for all of my my organisation skills on my list, and then you just take us completely off topic. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, I have to say I didn't like the fact, obviously we got a fixture, so it was cool. But it was 8 o'clock in the evening, and really it was accidentally because it just happened to be a Friday. So like if Christmas had fell like on a Wednesday, we just wouldn't have had fixtures. Like, I actually just think it's a complete disgrace, and I think we should have a petition, send some angry emails. I actually think they should be ashamed of their lives. Genuinely.
It is very weird because it feels very strange to not have a whole day just dedicated where there's just football on all the time. It made, obviously I'm sort of happy that at least there was a game on. Granted, I wasn't happy that we went and lost the game, but which, to be fair, I did think we were going to lose before, but I don't know if we deserved it.
I didn't though. I have to say. So, like, obviously, it was the first game of the game week. It was the only game on Boxing Day. Everybody was watching it, and there was like a whole load of. Do you know the way when they start up these matchups, they're always talking about the different stats, the different records, all the different things that had happened, but also like both of our teams have just had such a season. Like up and down all over the place, like managers under pressure, less so yours, but mostly because your fan base is like really understanding. But in the media, definitely very mixed results, injuries to key players all over the place, striker problems, even though yous have had Voltemada sort of stepping in. Like both of our teams have had a really rough run of it. So I was not confident going into this match at all.
I was like, there's just been, I think, a lot of things posted by the media that is kind of making it seem like we were just going to run over Man United. And I really didn't understand where it came from. Like, yeah, we're probably a better team, but we have a lot of issues at the moment. Like, I know people have been saying, defensive problems, like, that's not really a massive problem because we should be able to attack and score. Yeah, but at the same time, the fact we have to put a midfielder at right back when, like, that's taking away a potential attacking threat. And then, like, if you looked at both of our benches, we're littered with flipping academy players. So, which, of course,
that lot the academies, like, we should have just went for an under-23s match. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it was. Look, I mean, you can't take away Dorgu's goal because it was absolutely stunning.
It was unbelievable.
Did
you hear his comments after the match?
I don't think so. I think I saw something, but I forgot.
After the match, they had Aidan Heaven, who won the man of the match, and Patrick Dorgu. And so they asked Dorgu about his goal, and he said, I didn't even know I could do that. So he was like, I was watching the ball, it was in the air, and then I just hit it and I caught it right, but I didn't even know I could do that. But then I heard from a little birdie that he has been practicing. So he didn't know he could do it, but he has been working on it. And I think it's important when you see that, you know, a player has been working something, particularly a young player, that when it comes to match day, then they actually are able to pull it off, because it gives them the confidence to keep doing it. But I will just say, when you're talking about players out of position, Patrick Dorgu has been playing at left wing back. He played
really
at right
weird.
wing.
Yeah, well, it's really weird because they were talking about it, and they were saying like, when he does do that, he always does. It's the same sort of thing as Ahmad. Ahmad always goes to the kind of the opposite wing as well, and Dorgu, he's played a few games at right wing as well, but he's predominantly a left wing back, and it's very strange. But there seems to be something in it. I don't know why. Like, Ahmed is okay on the left wing. It's like it's weird, but I mean, obviously when Mbeumo comes in, Dorgu's not going to be there. But it's good to know that you can have the ability to put Dorgu there, and if Mbeumo gets injured or something, but. Yeah, it was a very strange game to me. I felt like we definitely should have scored, but we just, I don't understand it. So the first 9 minutes, obviously you had a back four. Eddie Howe didn't really. I think it kind of surprised a lot of people, which I don't really understand why, because you had quite a lot of injuries and obviously people out to AFCON, so you had to kind of change something.
Well, and he basically said it. So like,
yeah, he did.
It makes me laugh, right? People are like, oh my God, like he was right. I'm going to do this linear, because what happens is my brain gets a thought and then I track out from the thought. And you know those spider graphs that you do when you're a child and there's a body in the middle and then all the legs go out? That's what happens to me. I've one thought and then all the thoughts go off, and sometimes it feels like a tangent. So I'm going to try and do this linear, okay? So this is not the first time Ruben Amorim has done something a little bit sneaky, okay? So we had injuries before to like De Ligt and Shaw and some key players, and they were asking him in his pre-match press conference, this is like about a month ago, and they were like, oh, are these players going to be back, blah, 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 are we going to see them, blah, blah, blah. And he was saying, well, I know if they're going to be back, but I'm not telling you, because if I tell you, I think it might have been, did we play Bournemouth? It might have been Bournemouth, one of the B teams. And he was like, because if I tell you, then I'm telling my opposition. So I know if they're going to be back, but I'm not telling you. And he literally said that. He was like straight up. He was like, I'm just not telling you. Sorry. And then obviously we had him saying 3 days before a Monday night match, before the AFCON, he's like, I don't know if I'm going to have Ahmad and Mbeumo. Of course you know if you're going to have Ahmad and Mbeumo and Mazraoui. Don't be so silly. I don't know 3 days before the match. It might have even been Saturday. It might have been 2 days. It's like, you absolute weapon. Of course you know. But he literally didn't want to tell the media, because if he tells the media, the opposition knows. So for him to send them out to train in a 3-4-3 and then play as a back four, I think we did 4-3-2-1, 4-2-3-1, whatever, was not remotely surprising, because this is actually something he's starting to do regularly, is this deceptive stuff. But if anyone actually listened to what he was saying, about like a month ago, 2 months ago, he was like, well, when it comes to AFCON, I'm going to have to change the setup because we won't have the players to play 3-4-3. So he told us forever ago that he was going to do this. So if anyone was actually just paying attention, they wouldn't have needed to know from the warm-up. They would have known from what he was saying publicly.
No, I agree. I think it was interesting because the first 9 minutes, obviously, you guys were absolutely dominating us with that four in the back. And then Eddie Howe told Ramsdale to go down. And then we did a situation. I don't know what we did. I don't know whether he switched us to man marking or whatever he did.
It looked like it.
From the 9 minutes up to the goal, we were absolutely dominating. Like I think it said like you guys had all the possession up to the 9 minute marker, and then from like 9 minutes, like 24 minutes or something, we had like 70% possession where we took control after he went down. But that the goal obviously kind of just took the first half away from us, and we just looked completely dejected in the first half. The second half was a completely different story. Yeah. We had 76% possession away at Old Trafford, which is absolutely crazy to think about. We had 35 crosses. 35's
a lot.
in one half, that's nearly
I would
1
like
minute.
to know if we've had 35 crosses in the whole season.
Yeah. Maybe I know.
I don't think we have, Ash.
No, but the thing is, this is what was actually annoying me, because I was like, so we had 35 crosses in the second half, and only 4 of them actually connected onto our players. Like, that is terrible. It very up Kate, Flossie. Basically, it kind of annoyed me, but it showed the lack of confidence that our team has and the wingers, because Anthony Gordon, this might come as a surprise to you, but he's actually not scored a single goal in the Premier League the whole of 2025.
That's horrendous.
I know
that's actually horrendous. I didn't know that now.
Yeah, he's the Champions League, something different. He's been scoring in that, but he's looking completely dejected. And I don't know if it was Eddie Howe saying to run down the wings, try and take on the player and cross it in, because normally what you would see with Newcastle, especially Gordon, the wingers, everything that we normally do, we switch it up between going down the wing and cutting it across to the edge of the box, and we try and score and go for top bins or something. We weren't doing that. We were only crossing. It was very, very scripted what we were doing constantly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was like, okay, fair enough if you have the likes of Voltamada, because maybe you'll have some more presence. But we brought on Visser just before 70 minutes, and it was like we're just doing more and more crosses into him, and it's like he's not really the type of character of player that I would think would be going for that. Yeah, if you're doing low crosses to the edge to the back post, he can get onto that. But yeah, it was a very weird game. Lewis Hall, I will say that is someone that I will say deserves a mention, because Lewis Hall was absolutely insane. Yeah. Like, and he was the closest person to actually scoring when he popped that shot off and it hit the bar. Yeah. But yeah, to be honest, we didn't look great. We were just crossing and just hoping.
What did you think of Voltamada? Because I have to say, from obviously we've started doing these shows, I've started to watch quite a bit more of Newcastle. But I have to be honest,
he didn't look good.
That's probably the worst I've seen him. It's the worst match he's had. He just looked off it. And I think, look, to be fair, it's hard to criticize him when he's been so good. And when someone's that good, and he's definitely helped you guys in so many matches, he's got his points absolutely 100%. So I think it's hard to be critical of him. And all players have an off day, but he really did have an off day. I just found he couldn't get in the game. He just couldn't get into the game.
I've noticed sometimes that happens, and I don't know if it's the way we're setting up. Sometimes he is struggling. Like I said, I think it's also down to the fact he is very much a different style of player to Isak. So the players that say Murphy and Gordon that was playing with Isak, they've got to get used to playing with Voltamada, which is a completely style of centre forward. Yeah, Wisser, like I said, I always said this. Wisser's more like the Isak kind of player, but Voltamada's in good form and he is finishing. But
exactly,
this is the issue. Is so like the game before last when we were against Chelsea, Voltamada was scoring these goals that was crosses into the ball onto around the penalty spot, and then he was scoring from there. So, and I've noticed it seems to be a theme that we're doing that a lot. We're just trying to cross the ball, where I don't know why. We need to have some variety in our play, because all it takes is Voltamada to not have an amazing game and the balls to not be absolutely clinical, and then we'll just have these sort of games. And I wasn't a big fan of watching it, because I was like, if you would tell me we would have 76% possession and do nearly one cross a minute at Man United, I would like to think we should be scoring. But to have, I remember the XG was like, I'm pretty sure it was like the same that we had. I'm doing check. Yeah, so we had a 1.06 XG and you had a 0.75. It's like the fact that we did over 40 crosses in the game and only have a 1 XG is absolutely terrible.
That is actually quite bad. That's really quite bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have a go at the players. I just think we're looking like a bad side at the moment, because we only have like one away win. We only have one away win in the Premier League, I think, since like March. It's or February or something. It's like absolutely crazy. Yeah, we're currently going through a bad patch at the moment.
I do have another question for you, because obviously we want to move on to some of the other games as well, because a lot of the guys have heard my thoughts on this, because it was the only match I actually did a reaction for, and I was just so delighted we won. But what did you reckon to Casemiro being subbed off at 60 minutes? Because Casemiro was astounded. I was astounded. The fan base as a whole seemed to be astounded. Nobody knew what was going on. And I just think it's something that Amram does all the time. His substitutions are insane. Like, he did it again in like the 88th minute. He took off Luke Shaw and who else did he take off? It was like two on Martinez, and put on like two young players and Fredrickson. Malacia. I thought Malacia was on loan. I didn't know he was still with us. I genuinely believe the man was on loan. What do you think of the subs and kind of the way Amram does it? Because obviously it's hard to see when you're in it, but I think it's absolutely mental.
I thought the subs was crazy. I think you look at it now, you guys won 1-0. You think, okay, the subs are fine. But you went to like this sort of like 6 at the back, 5, 6 at the back. It was absolutely nuts. But I mean, this is what was actually frustrating me, because if you've got all these defenders in the box and stuff, why are we crossing? You've brought on all these defenders. Why are we not just trying to go for a bit longer shots like what we normally do? So I did think the substitutes were very weird. Obviously, Casemiro wasn't happy, and I can see why, because
it's just mental.
Like I said, if you were 2-0 up, I could maybe more understand it. But the 1-0, I really don't get it. Like, you're playing at home, you're Man United, going to like a 6 at the back when you're 1-0 up was very strange for me to see, and it made the game, like I said, it was just one-sided.
Well, it very much for me made the second half, the entire second half to me just felt like defense v attack. Very much so. And we give out, it's something that as United fans, we give out about our players doing. They score a goal and then they switch off and they sit in. They don't try and get the next goal. They don't try and kill the game off. They get a goal and then they just sit and defend. But obviously that's coming from the manager, because his reaction was, we're 1-up, got all the defenders on, sit in, don't attack. That's clearly a tactical thing. It's not, we thought it was the players switching off, but it's very obviously a tactical thing. He's telling them to do it, which is just crazy. But let's move on, because we've talked about us an awful lot. Let's add this. Aha, the table. Okay. Now bear with me, because I normally have 2 screens to do this and I struggle. Today I have 1 screen to do it. So we are we're going for some new territory here. But like that, so we played first, obviously. Everybody has now played. This is what we look like. Can we see that? Okay. Does that look all right on the screen? Wonderful. Obviously, Arsenal, after all the games now, Arsenal are still top. They've got 42 points. You have City 2 points behind them on 40. And you have Villa. And they, like, that was rough. But you have Villa there, still 1 point behind Manchester City. And then it's 7 points all the way down to Liverpool. Obviously, Chelsea have moved down. They've got 29 points there in 5th. Manchester United there, 6th, 29 points. So the only thing keeping us under Chelsea at the minute is goal difference. Sunderland, who everybody told me wasn't sustainable. It's not going to happen. They're not going to be there. It's not sustainable. Even with their 7 players at AFCON, they pulled it out of the bag. They have got 28 points. They're still sitting in 7th. And then I'm not even being the smart, right? So I didn't know yous were that low. Okay, so yous are in 14th with 23 points. I didn't realize it was that low. That's not good, Ash. Now your next skip that's Burnley, isn't it? Burnley.
Yeah. We have Burnley away.
Surely you're going to beat Burnley. Wolves.
I'd like to think so. We have some okay fixtures, to be fair.
So what I'll do, right, let me pull up this screen, because this will give us the Premier League. I don't want to see the standings. I want to see the matches. Oh, sure, I'm a joke. I can see them here. Silly me.
I would say all 4 of our next Premier League fixtures, I would say, are winnable.
Yous are here. If I click this, it should just show me your next matches now.
Go back there.
There we are. I've got her. So what date is today? Oh, these all have scores, so they've happened. Okay, so your next match is the 30th of December, so the night before Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, Ash. 7:30 on a Tuesday, Newcastle, Burnley.
I know.
What are they doing? What are they doing? Is there anybody else? Right? Is there anybody else playing at that time? Let's go
on
back
Tuesday.
to here. Let me share this tab, and we're gonna zoom around. Oh, that's not the zoom. So here on the right-hand side of the screen.
So yeah, kind of everyone's playing Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay, I see. So yous are going to fly under the radar there. Chelsea, Bournemouth. Bournemouth are dreadful. I didn't realise how bad Bournemouth have been, because I was like, who was it they played? Bournemouth and Brentford, yes. 4-1.
4-1, yeah. Oh my,
it is unbelievably dreadful.
That was the goal that I shared. You know, that the own goal that bounced off all the players. That was from that game. That was the second goal in that game from Bournemouth.
That was unbelievably dreadful. Let's pull this up. So there you go. There's the own goal there. And they scored 7 minutes in. Igor Thiago assisting Shada. Again there on their third goal. I mean, Shada got a hat-trick.
Yeah, he's got a he's in like the team of the week. He got like the highest rating out of like every single player.
But I didn't realise Bournemouth were so bad. I thought they were a little bit better in my head, because I actually didn't, like, when we were doing the predictors, I was not aware of how bad this situation was.
They started obviously they started off this season very well, because they were quite high up, because Semenyo was scoring. But
yes,
obviously a lot of these teams that start off very well, they will drop down. Like I said, the likes of like Sunderland, Bournemouth, like they can start off good, but it happens. But that game was was a crazy one.
I'll tell you what as well. Where this year, the Forest City one, Forest did not lie down. City were. Did you watch that match, the Forest City one?
Yeah, I did. I've seen a few. Wayne Rooney actually. They did a thing, I think it was on Match of the Day, where he actually analysed one of the goals, because Man City got a goal from, like, I think it was Forest's corner, and the ref said it was like it was actually a free kick to, I think it was Nico O'Reilly.
Yeah, O'Reilly,
but it wasn't. It was actually the other way around.
Yeah.
That was
their first goal shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a weird one,
but you could see they were getting so frustrated. Like, Diaz got a card for dissent. I'm pretty sure that Pep might have got a card as well. There was yellow cards, but you could see they were getting frustrated. They were getting really, really mad, because they thought they were going to walk this, and they absolutely didn't. Yeah. Folks, I know myself and Ash are just waffling away on here. Please do also get your comments in. What do you reckon to any of these matches? What matches did you focus on? What matches did you all watch? I know obviously Guess will have watched United, so will Flossie, she will have watched Newcastle. Lads, what other games did you actually decide to watch this weekend? Because I find sometimes that's the biggest thing. I go and I look at what fixtures are coming up, so I see what ones are actually going to be exciting, what ones are going to be interesting, what ones am I actually going to want to watch. So for example, when I was looking at this week's one, like that's just gone,
the Chelsea
Aston Villa, that was the one I really, really wanted to see, and I did actually predict
that was a game of two halves
to win that match. Oh my god,
that was a game of two halves.
Ollie Watkins 9.1 there on SofaScore. He was unbelievable. He was so good.
Yeah, him being subbed on was really amazing. He's really not had a great season, but he's been really, really good. He was a really, really good substitute when he came on.
Well, I am pretty sure coming into this match, he had only scored 3 goals. I think that was goal 4 and 5 for him this season, because he was like that. He was subbed on. But you know what I thought was really interesting, Ash? He's not been having a waffle. He's not been on social media. He's not been behaving badly. He's actually just got his head down. When he's been subbed on, he's done his job. He's played well. He's done what he's supposed to do. He hasn't had a little mess from some of the United players. I don't want to be subbed. I don't want to be a sub. I'm too good not to start. Boo bloody who. This boy got subbed on and scored 2 goals. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's because they've had a bit of a debate sort of thing of who should be the person who starts, whether it's Marlon or Watkins, because Marlon's been doing okay, to be fair. Like, when he's been scoring, he's been starting. I would imagine Watkins is probably going to start in the Arsenal game. since he scored today. But he looked very good. Like I said, he was someone that we were looking at potentially getting. Obviously, Morgan Rogers, like
he's unbelievable.
He's the player, right? If you actually watch him, because like I said, I've got quite a few mates that are actually Villa fans, like because I've been to the game, and they've told me like if you watch Morgan Rogers, he will be absolutely amazing at scoring some random goals, like put on an absolute clinic in sometimes. But then he'll just have the ball and he'll just lose it, like for no reason. Like he'll just get it passed to, and then the ball will just be gone. He's he's one of those players he's got some serious quality to him, but he has a habit of just losing balls in places that he shouldn't do.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just looking here as you're speaking there about that. Ollie Watkins expected goals, and I don't really look at this a lot, to be honest with you, because I find all the stats can be a wee bit boring. But his expected goals is 5.33, and he's scored 5. So he scored the amount of goals he was expected to score. And when I looked there, obviously they've got Morgan Rogers at 7, they've Buendia on 4, and they've got Malin on 4 there as well. I was just curious where Malin was going to be there. But I mean, look, there's Morgan Rogers. He's all over the place. Morgan Rogers, he's topping everything. But underneath him in a lot of them, like there's Ollie Watkins. Like they're all doing well. And you know what? I don't think that's any harm either, because I think sometimes if you're relying too heavily on one player, you're frigged. Because if that player doesn't turn up, so for example, you guys have been relying an awful lot.
Like us.
But you've been relying an awful lot on Voltemata. Voltemata had a bad game. You've lost the match. You know what I mean? If anything to happen, and a lot of people did say this, if anything was to happen to Haaland, how would City cope? And they've actually started scoring a lot more goals from other players that aren't necessarily Haaland. And just speaking there on other players in terms of City, Cherki had a really good match. Now, City did not have it all their own way. They were very frustrated. There was a lot of cards, but Ryan Cherki was really good. He assisted for the first goal and then scored his own. 2 really, really good goals. So I did find that. And what I also found interesting was see this substitution here, Cherki off for Ake on. And I thought that was interesting because that is very much so a defensive substitution. So you can tell that Pep was absolutely not comfortable. He wanted to see this game out. As soon as that other goal went in, so it was 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, there were only 1 goal ahead, and Forest were not lying down. Forest were pushing. And you could see here, Pep was a little bit worried to make the defensive type of substitution. And I just thought that was a testament to Forest, because nobody would have given them a chance going into that match.
I tell you what, though, God, watching that game, it just made me want to have flipping Anderson back at the club. He's so good. He's just so good, man. Like the way he just dictates the ball, like he's just everywhere. And Callum Hudson-Odoi even had actually a really quite a good game for Forest. But again, it's all down to Anderson. He's just whoever gets him. I unfortunately don't think it's going to be us, but he's going to be an absolute game changer for whoever he goes to.
Yeah.
And if possible, I would love more than anything for us to try and go in this January transfer window for him. Just throw 100 million at him. I don't care. Just anything. Even trade Joe Willock. Like we always up and do these random deals, but not in Forest for some reason. So hopefully we get him back.
Like that, like you're talking about getting someone like that back. There's a lot of talk about Manchester United are going to go back in and bring Jimmy Garner back to the club. I'll be honest, I'm not liking that. First of all, now bless him, he's doing well at the minute where he is, but I think that's his level. I think that's his team of level. I'm not taking it away. I think he's doing well, but we let him go because he wasn't good enough for what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's the standard. When you look at the other players, like we have also been linked to like that Adam Morton, like Anderson, like there's other players we've been linked to that I think are a better standard than him.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't think we should be going to bring him back. I think he's doing well where he is because it suits him. I don't want to bring him back. And that's not like an insult to him. He's not the level we need. So it's just when you're talking there about like bringing players back, like that's the standard of player that Jews are talking about bringing back. We're talking about bringing back Jimmy Garner. Like no offense to him, but he's definitely not going to win us the league, is he?
Well, that's the issue. Is I would love more than anything for like Elliot Anderson to come back, but unfortunately I see him going to somewhere like Man City or Arsenal. Like I can just see him getting taken up by one of the big clubs that are going to be challenging, and because the one thing that you will see about him, he steps up to big games. Like he doesn't disappear. He covers like the most miles out of anyone in the Premier League. He's just a massive all-round amazing midfielder, and he's definitely whoever gets him they're going to be in luck. Whereas, I mean, to be fair, I can't really complain because we've got Lewis Miley, to be fair, at the moment, and he's
so good, also, Ash.
Yeah,
he's so good, and like that, even when he's playing out of position, he's so good.
Yeah, he is like he's only 19 years old as well, so he's still got so much more to improve on. But yeah, I don't want to put too much pressure on Lewis Miley because like I said, he is still young. But like Elliot Anderson's 23 now, so he's kind of going into starting to go into his peak.
I don't know if you've seen, Ash, but we are looking. Well, not we're looking. We are bringing back Collier to United. So he's injured at the minute. He's out on loan at West Brom, but he's got injured. So we've brought him back to treat him. He's going to be out for 8 weeks, but we have decided that we're not going to send him back to West Brom. Now, I did a video in the first transfer window about like the young United players that are out on loan, because we have a number of them. And to be honest, I was thoroughly unimpressed with the loans, being honest with you, because I felt like a lot of our players weren't loaned out to the right places. So it's just because you're saying there that you think Anderson is 23, and I wanted to look at the age of Collier because I find it interesting. So Collier is 21, so they're not too far in difference in age. And I'm just looking at the difference in where they're at in their careers and how they're progressing for quite similar ages. And Collier would be a midfielder. He's sort of a defensive midfielder. He's a really, really good wee player, really robust. I really like him. I thought he was very, very good when he was with us. He had a few injuries, but he just didn't seem to be getting a chance. And so when I looked at the loans then, where they'd gone, what they were doing, if they were playing, how they were getting on, and I have to say, I was really unimpressed. And Collier was the one that really I focused on, because out of the 4 sort of younger men we had out on loan at the minute, he was the oldest of them. So it's a case of he's either going to break through now or he's just not going to break through at all. So we had Ahmad. Ahmad was out on loan. Ahmad obviously did fantastically when he was out on loan. He was sent out on another loan, came back, and now he's in the first team. So it's not impossible, but it's definitely the harder route to take. And I just find it interesting to see how United treat our young players, how our young players are developed or not so, with the way we deal with them and progress them and sort of mold them through, and how it's done at other teams. So I was just like that. I think Collier is great. If we keep him and we get him back to fitness and we don't send him back out on another loan, I think we could end up seeing him getting minutes for the rest of the season. And I think he would be very, very, very good. Especially a lot of United fans, other than the most recent match, have not been impressed with Ugarte. Obviously, Amram has no interest in playing Menu. Casemiro is going to retire soon, good or not. Bruno's not a midfielder. We ended up with Martinez coming back. He hadn't been playing since like February or something. He was coming back and playing as a defensive midfielder. So I think it would be advisable to get Collier fit and give him some minutes, because I think he would do really, really, really good. And I would like him. I think it's more beneficial for him to be with us at United under someone like Casemiro learning than sitting on a bench in West Brom. Do you know what I mean? But what does it look like for you from the outside?
I mean, stuff like that. You definitely think it when you look at your typical match day squads. You're mainly bringing on defenders and stuff in most games. So to be able to bring someone else, like the likes of Collier or something, of course, give him some minutes. There's no point in sending him to a team if he's not going to be, like, say, a Champions League team or a Championship League level. And if they're not even going to be able to, like, get on the first team because they don't have the likes of someone say like Casemiro, who is a Champions League winner and stuff like that in his own right. So they need to. It's the level of people that are around is probably worth him being kept at Man United to train with the first team and stuff.
I'm just going to
maybe
share this
minutes.
while you're talking about it there. So you keep going ahead there, but this is just transfer market, and I have pulled up Toby Collier. So just while you're talking about it there, I'm going to pull it up. But he's played 13% of the minutes available to him so far this season.
Bloody hell, well, that's that. Yeah, that's. I mean, if you have a player that you're sending out to go on loan, that is just shocking. Like,
isn't that dreadful?
Yeah, you'd think, what's the point? Because
what is the point? That is absolutely dreadful. Sorry, you go. I keep interrupting you.
No.
I'm mad.
I'm seeing the numbers as well. That's insane.
Like, there you go.
It is well, especially for his age, is a weird one because I think either you've got to be thinking about integrating him into the first team or selling him on. Elliot Anderson at his age was when we ended up selling him to Forest, which I wasn't happy about, but it happened. But that was because of PSR. Dave's just said he's been injured a lot.
He has been injured a lot. He has been injured. But that's out of the available games.
But the issue is, right, even if he's been injured, you have injury problems like within your team anyway. It's having him be able to like be fit and actually play games for you that's important. I was saying that is only.
Well, that's last season. That's what I'm looking at. I'm sure he had more injuries, but that's. I mean, what have I clicked now? But like that's. So it's saying up till now, but then that's not showing the injury he currently has. So why is that not there? Because that is only given 24, 25. Now, I knew he'd had some injuries with us. So that's why when Dave said that is something, that is the case. But I think he has had one or two injuries this season as well. But I don't know why it's not showing. That's really odd.
Floss is just asked a good question, which I think kind of can be for you. I want Flossy to answer as well for Newcastle and anyone else, obviously, in the chat, like she said. It would be interesting since we're coming into January transfer window. It does seem like Semenyo's more than likely going to Man City. Granted, I know quite a few people, I know Terry and some other people said that he's kind of guaranteed gone to City, which, to be fair, I don't really understand how anyone can say that because the window's not open. Like,
they can't. They can't.
Deals
There's no such thing as guaranteed until you've signed on the dotted line.
Yeah,
I don't care what anyone says.
Deals haven't been done. Like, nothing's. Contracts haven't been changed. Like, someone could come in and hijack. Like, because at the end of the day, how I see it, Semenyo is an Arsenal fan. If Arsenal really want to come in for him, I would like to think that he's more than likely going to go to Arsenal since he's an Arsenal fan. Also, did you see the FA Cup game with Arsenal Crystal Palace? Because I was very surprised that Mark Gahey didn't celebrate when he scored the goal against Arsenal.
It was really odd.
It was very,
really
very strange.
Odd.
When I saw that, the first thing you always think is he's probably going there as a transfer move. But obviously,
even
all the links.
That, though, it's terrible that you just wouldn't celebrate. Like, at the end of the day, even if he's going there, why would you not celebrate a goal for your team? You're there. And I mean, it's not even like it's just Christmas. He's there for another, like, till the rest of the season. I thought that was really odd. And if you're his teammates, you're raging. You're absolutely
I was
raging.
Absolutely baffled because I'm like, I don't understand how you're away in an FA Cup quarter-final at the Emirates. You've just late in the game got a late equalizer that's going to make it go to penalties, and anything can happen during penalties, as you saw. I mean, I think it went 8-7. I think the penalties finished us.
And it was the same way.
God.
Bless him.
I could not believe that.
Like, I felt for him. But he played today because I was curious then would he play the next match. He did play today, to be honest. So I felt
I knew the second he was going to take that penalty, I knew he was going to miss that. Like,
he didn't look confident.
No. Well, the thing is, quite a few of the people, like, towards the last couple of penalties, didn't look confident at all. No. There were some great penalties, I will say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a weird one. It was like, was it? Who was the flipping keeper that was in net that used to be at Billy Chelsea?
Benitez?
No,
Benitez. Why is that name in my head?
For Arsenal. I mean, Benitez wasn't.
Ash, I can only remember one name at a time. Why?
I don't know why I'm thinking that's
Bill. Why are you asking me names that I'm not going to remember? And I'm in the wrong competition. Hold on, let me see.
I can get it up. He's the keeper that when he tried to get subbed off, didn't he? And he refused to come off for a penalty shootout.
Yeah, but
he cost he was like the most expensive keeper at one point. How am I forgetting this guy's name?
I can only think of Benitez. I literally cannot think of another keeper's name right now. It's the only keeper's name that's inside my head.
It's fine. I've got
gone. Have you gone?
Ariza Balaga. Oh my God.
Yes.
Kepa. I don't know why. Like Azpilicueta came in my head because his name's close to his name.
But that would have annoyed me. That would have annoyed me so much.
Yeah, Kepa.
He was the same way. Yeah, he was going the same way the whole time. So thank you, Flossie. Flossie was there with the save. Speaking of Flossie, we've ignored her question. So who would you like to see brought in during the transfer window for Newcastle?
I would like to see a right back and a left back come in. I want to see both because we're a different team when we have like the likes of Tino and Hall. Like we're having Lewis Miley as a makeshift right back at the moment. Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento have both got injury problems. We can't keep on putting, like, say, when Lewis Hall goes out, we're having Dan Burn play on the left. When Tino goes out, I mean, of course, we'd have the likes of Kieran Trippier, but they're injured as well, and their contracts are running towards the end. So I would like to see a left back and a right back because we look so much better as a team with them. I would also like to see another attacking midfielder potentially. I think that's where we've been having a bit of a problem is the play between Tonali and Bruno up to the wingers and Voltemada rather than Jacob Ramsey's. Obviously, he's got full fitness now. He's looking a bit better, but we still need someone at a decent level there. So for me, that's sort of the levels of what I was thinking.
Do you think you'll get 3 in January though? 3's a lot for January. I
know that's my issue. Is I don't think so, but I'm worried because we just don't have, like, we can't keep on playing a midfielder at right back. We can't keep on putting a centre back at left back because I will say Dan Burn has been absolutely amazing at left back, but I don't know what he's going to be like now. He's got a punctured lung and a broken rib, so I don't know how he's going to look when he comes back.
You don't know how long it's going to take him, and
he's old.
It's the fact that his lung was punctured, how that's going to affect his breathing. Obviously, when he's running.
Well, the thing is, right? Dan Burn and Fabian Schär are both very old. Like Fabian Schär's had 34th birthday the other day. Dan Burn's turning 34 in a few months. So I know that's why I said like we've kind of got some new defenders coming in. That would be Lewis Hall, Malik Chow, Sven Botman, and Tino Livramento is kind of our back four. But 3 of the 4 of them are massively injury prone. Yeah. And then obviously we've got like the likes of Dan Burn, Fabian Schär, and Kieran Trippier that are all in there coming up to their mid-30s that coming out of contract. They're going to be getting moved on.
Your whole team is starting to age out, Ash.
Yeah. We've got a very aging team. Aging, not Asian. That sounded like God.
I thought you said agent. I was like, all right.
We've got a very aging team. I remember looking at kind of the rough age of teams, and we're definitely up there. I think the rough age of our teams like in the 27 plus. Dave said.
So I know we're getting to that in a minute. So if you could only pick one player, one position in the January transfer window, what would it be?
It has to be a sort of an attacking midfielder. I would have to go.
Okay. Is there anyone specific you have in mind, or you don't really care once it's an attacking midfielder? I find it hard picking like specific players because you don't know how they're going to fit into your team. So even if they're doing well elsewhere, you don't know what they're going to look like, say, at Newcastle.
Someone did mention Idrissa Gana Gay to me the other day. And Barcola, actually, someone that we've been heavily linked with, who is an attacking midfielder. We've been heavily linked with Barcola from Marseille. Idrissa Gana Gay has looked amazing in that midfield role. Yeah. I think one of those 2 players, and then we could potentially sell the likes of Joe Willock. I feel like he's he's not been great. We had an amazing loan spell with him. I remember we had him on loan at Arsenal, and I remember he scored like 8 goals or something in like back-to-back games, like a few years back. And we were like, that's it. We want him now. We want him. And then when we bought him, he's just absolutely flopped.
Now, I've seen David's other stuff in there, and Jay has some comments in there as well. So we are going to get to those, but just as we're on this, you have said before that you would take Mainoo, that you would like to have Mainoo. So I'm just checking if you stand by that.
So
even with Brothergate and T-shirt incident.
Yeah, this is what I mean, that was very weird. This is what I'm saying is, so I would still take players like this, but I wouldn't have him as an attacking midfielder. It would just change the formation slightly of our team. It's what I'm more thinking about is the exact formation we're in right now. Have someone in front of Bruno and Tonali. However, if we had the likes of, say, someone like Mainoo, I think it would push Bruno probably further up the pitch, to be honest, and have Mainoo a bit deeper. So
sorry, Dave Boy has just had the wildest take of the weekend. Thank God he's doing it this year and he's not starting the new year. That's crazy. So he is saying to our David that he sees Villa and Newcastle replacing United and Spurs in the Big Six. What do you reckon to that? Fact or fiction?
Well, to be honest, something like that, I already said that, like, in all honesty, like, if you looked at the last couple of years, yes, but I don't think there's a Big Six anymore. I think there's like 8 teams where you've included Villa and Newcastle in now that they all kind of swap. I just the terminology of the Big Six doesn't exist anymore. Like, it was a terminology that was invented between 2009 and 2021, where you had the same 6 teams finishing in the top 6. That was the reason why it was invented. The same 6 teams don't finish in the top 6 anymore. So I think people just need to stop talking about the top 6 as a potential
I
thing.
have to say, I agree with you. I don't think the top 6 is a real thing anymore. I don't think it's a case that Spurs and United are going to be replaced. Obviously, Villa are really up there fighting it out at the minute, but I just don't think the top 6 exists anymore. I think it's so competitive in the league. I think before, as you said, there was the top 6 and it was very clearly defined, and then there was a big drop off, and then you had mid-table, and then there was a big drop off and you had the relegation zone. Whereas now that big drop off, that big gap doesn't exist. Therefore, I don't think the top 6 exists anymore. I think when you eradicated the gap, you eradicated top 6. What I will say in terms of United, who I would like, I have a long list of what I would like for the January transfer window. But in terms, if we're being real, so what I would love, kind of between January and next summer, we need another striker. And I would just like to say very clearly, and I am live on video, having said this in the summer, repeatedly on the football terrace, while everybody laughed at me and told me I was nuts. Everybody was talking about Sesko and Gyökeres and blah, 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 blah. And I said I wanted Ollie Watkins. And I said it more than once. And what I said actually was that I wanted a Premier League experienced goal scorer that is a proven goal scorer. They know where it is. They're experienced in the league. They're not a developmental player. They're not a young player that needs to be guided, because I'm sorry, we'll have a whole team of those. We're not good at guiding. It's not our forte. We needed somebody who could hit the ground running. And I know what you're going to say, because I see your little happy face. Oh, but Ollie Watkins only has this many goals this season. He's not been very good. Does that count? Would he hit the ground? Yes, he would.
I'm thinking someone else. Dominic Calvert Lewin.
Oh, I'd love it. Love it. He's on fire at the minute. He has 7 goals in his last 6 games. 7 in his last 6. The man is having a renaissance.
We've been linked to him for so many windows, and he's been having an absolute stinker for the past few windows. So I wanted to stay away from him with a barge pole. However, since he's came into this recent form at Leeds, he's looked amazing. And I think
he's smashing it.
If someone pushing for the Champions League spots could potentially get him in, I don't know how.
If we could get Dominic Calvert Lewin in January, we should do it. And if we don't, we're absolutely mental, because he could be the difference in 2 or 3 spots. I think he would be unbelievable. Not long-term, not the solution, not forever, but we need more than Sesko. I'm not saying Sesko, I'm sure, will be very good. I'm sure he'll develop. I'm sure he'll get better.
Yeah,
I have no doubt about it. He's got talent. But so far, he's been underwhelming, and he's too young and he's too developmental. We needed not an experienced as in like, now, I love Cavani. Edinson Cavani, I love the man. I love him. And if we could have got him just a little bit earlier, I love him. But
what is he doing now?
He's still playing, I think.
Is he actually? Is he like 40?
I genuinely think he's still playing. But the problem is we got them all too late. So when I say experienced, don't misunderstand me. I don't mean like 37, 38, like Ronaldo Cavani age. I mean like 25, 26. Like what I mean when I say experienced is not developmental. Now,
he's about to turn 39, by the way, just to say, and he's still playing.
Well, eat your heart out, Cristiano Ronaldo, because Edinson Cavani's still doing it. And can I just say, a lot of people, Ash, I never had the opportunity to say this before. This is a world exclusive on Spill the Tea, Lou, because I have strong feelings on this that I've never got to express to the people of YouTube because I wasn't on YouTube channels at the time. So get your ears opened. First time you're all hearing this. So Cavani, when he was with us, was excellent. As Dave says, he was unbelievable for us. He was smashing the goals in. He was unbelievable. He was on fire. He was showing age is just a number. And then he got in trouble because he posted on his personal social media account to his personal friend in his native language, and he said a word that when you translate it into English sounds racist. And he got punished. He got a ban for that. I think it was 3 matches he got banned for that, okay? Now, first of all, the ban was absolutely ridiculous because what he said is not racist. So obviously everybody knows I speak Portuguese. He speaks Spanish. The word is the same in both languages. I lived in South America. I fully understand and know the context that this word is used. It was absolutely not a racial word. It was not racial in any way. It wasn't nasty. There's no negative connotations. And because the English Premier League or the FA or whoever made the decision did not understand the cultural context of the word being used or the language it was said in, they punished him, not because he did something wrong, but because they absolutely didn't understand what the hell they were talking about. And because they wanted to be part of the PC brigade, where you can't use your own words in your own language to your own friends on your own social media, they decided they wanted to wade in and get involved. Their very own real-life version of VAR got it absolutely wrong, banned the man for no reason, absolute nonsense. And after that, all of a sudden, Cavani got all of these injuries. And then he left. And everybody was like, oh, well, towards the end, he became very injury prone, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll tell you what, you see, since he's left Man United, as you said, he continues to play and he's not injury prone. And he wasn't injury prone the season after he left us. He wasn't injury prone. He was angry. He was annoyed. He was peed the F off because he was punished for using his own language, which in itself is more racist than what he said. So the fact that they punished him for using his own language on his own social media wasn't racist, is more racist than what they said he did. Like, they were actually the ones being racist. Mental. Absolutely mental. And as you can tell, several years later, I am incensed by this injustice because it was just a lack of comprehension, a lack of cultural awareness, and completely unjust. And because of that, we, Manchester United, lost a fantastic player who could still play, who was not injury prone, because he was so mad at England for just being rude. He was like, Fred, I don't want to play here anymore. I'm leaving. So I would just like to put that out there to all the people. They were wrong. And I'm backing him. Me and Edinson, I'm backing him.
You can have him back.
So I would take him back. He'd probably still score more than what we've got. Yes, very, very common. As Guest says, Rob is telling me to spill the tea. I hope that was enough of a rant. That rant was not expected. Yes, it did. Dave, correct. It did upset him. It did make him want to leave the UK. That's exactly why he left. And yeah, Ronaldo coming and taking his number off his back was probably the final nail in the coffin, because when we re-signed Ronaldo, I don't know if you know this, Ash, we took the number 7 off Cavani and gave it back. And he was like, yeah, I don't mind. But I'm like, of course you mind. I mean, of course you mind. I know his brand is CR7, but Cavani was with us, had obviously already been trolled from speaking to his friends on his social media, and then we ripped the number off his back. So, I mean, I'd be annoyed. I'd leave. There was nothing wrong with his fitness. And
do you know who else?
After that.
Do you know who else needs to change their number?
Oh, what?
Gyökeres. Wearing the number 14, same as
is that
Thierry
Henry's number? Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. See, there's some numbers, like we have Mason Mount as our number 7. There's some numbers just shouldn't be given to new signings. You should have to earn that number. Yeah. And there's some people that'll come to me and they'll be like, "Oh, it's not that serious." It is that serious. The numbers are serious. The history is serious.
Yeah, it is.
It's serious. And if you don't think it's serious, go and drink some tea.
The reason why you know it is, and it impacts players, because I'm sure Gyökeres would have got multiple questions about the number 14 with the likes of Thierry Henry associated with Arsenal. Every single time we sign a striker, all the interviews that you'll see from Wissa, because he got given the number 9 shirt, was a comparison and him being spoken about towards Shearer. It will always happen. And Shearer, you've got to think about failure. Is going on nearly 25 years ago at this point. So it's just historical data, and it's the way it happens. Like I said, some clubs obviously retire shirt numbers because of players. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't have minded if we retired the number 9 because of Shearer, but I feel like that's one of the shirts that's kind of hard to retire, but it's
I don't necessarily retire it, but I don't think it should just be given out willy-nilly.
Oh yeah.
So we just give it to people like Mason Mount, like who came from, he's known for playing for another Premier League team. He's very injury prone. He didn't even play most of his first season. 7, give him the number 7. I mean, honestly, whoever's making these decisions, they're just idiots. Do you see if they were hiring for just decision maker in chief? Doesn't have to do tactics or any of that silly nonsense. Just all final decisions have to be rubber stamped by this person. I would apply, because honestly, they clearly don't have enough checks and balances. For all the 100 million people involved in running the club, there are not enough checks and balances, because whoever made the final decision on shaming Edison Cavani for speaking his own language, whoever made the final decision for giving, and by the way, the club did not come out and back him. The club come out and were like, oh, he understands what a mistake he made. Not shame on the Premier League for being racist towards this man speaking his own language. Also, we just willy-nilly hand out our number 7 shirt. We make all sorts of stupid decisions, and it goes through so many people, Ash. It has to be checked off by this department, that department, the other department. Sir Jim Radcliffe at the top, probably, what do you call him over there in America with the ponytail? I mean, they've all got to rubber stamp it. And between them, none of them can go. This is an absolutely dreadful decision. But please do also, guys, obviously, Ash, I've pinned Ash's link in the chat, Ash NUFC. Do go and subscribe to him. But also, our David is in the chat. Do go and subscribe to David. He's a little bit, I was going to say more ranty than me. I'm quite ranty tonight. Normally, I'm very chill. Hello, Hamhead. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the channel. But yeah, do go and subscribe to David. David is normally a little bit more angry than me. Maybe I'm channeling my inner David, but the Cavani stuff really riles me. I'm chilled until something really gets my goat. Jay is saying, he's talking about the number. So as you say, the number 9, the number 14, it puts so much pressure, but so he's saying the number 7 should be put away. I agree, should be put away until someone comes and actually earns it.
Yeah, you've got to prove it. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure we did that actually with Callum Wilson. I don't think he actually started off as a 9, but he was given it.
Earn it, work your way up.
Yeah, it
puts unnecessary pressure on the player.
Yeah, well, like I said with Wissa, all of his first interviews and stuff, so much of it is talking about Shearer, which it adds pressure. At the end of the day, he's the highest goal scorer in the Premier League. Granted, Haaland will probably pass him, which
Haaland's going to pass everybody for everything.
Bro's just a flipping machine. He's something different. That's why he did it. I'm pretty sure that's what you're on about his robot dance.
No, I was going to say, did you see the picture he put out with Ollie? with Solskjaer?
No, I didn't.
He put out the picture, him and Solskjaer, on his Instagram and labelled it knowledge. Because Solskjaer, he played under Solskjaer in Molde.
Oh, right, okay.
And so Solskjaer rang United before he came back as manager and was like, you have got to sign this boy. He was like 4 million or something ridiculous. And they were like, no thanks, it's okay.
I'm still pissed off he doesn't play for England.
But then he came to United as manager and said again, is my camera gone?
It has. It's not overheated, has it?
It shouldn't have. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can fix it, because it shouldn't have just disappeared. But you can still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting. So let me just talk while I press some buttons and see if I can make it work. What was I babbling about before?
You were on about Haaland coming to Man United for 4 million.
Oh, yeah. So then after United were like, no, then Solskjaer came to United as manager and said again, look, this guy has a release clause, sign him. And I think at that point it would have been about 20 million, and still they didn't take him. And now look, he plays for City. Ash, I am going to mute myself while I try and fix this. If you would like to entertain the people with your lovely talk.
Oh dear.
Thanks, Frank.
Right. Come on, guys, get some comments in. Who are you going to take at your club? Since we'll carry on that conversation where we were at. Flossie, I'd like to know who you would take at Newcastle, to be honest, as well, because like I said, for me personally, I think we need a lot more depth, to be honest, at this point. Definitely the left back and a right back, and probably an attacking midfielder. But yeah, we're struggling in those positions at the moment. And obviously, David. Actually, I need to answer this question because he said something about Eddie Howe before, and that was something I wanted to answer. It was, when will you question Eddie Howe, or is it too soon to ask this question? So, for me personally, I've said this on so many occasions. I will not question Eddie Howe until we have the likes of. Oh, here we go. We're on a phone or something here. We're getting that room tour. I personally, I wouldn't question Eddie Howe until we have the likes of the stadium and the actual training ground sorted, because that's going to change our recruitment. Who wants to come is going to change so much about our team. Obviously, because we couldn't sign a lot of the players we wanted, like in Mbeumo. If we got in Mbeumo, we would be looking completely different. Anderson, I mean, obviously, listen, I think everyone wants Anderson, like what Rob's saying there. Obviously, he would look amazing at Man United. Again, Conor Gallagher was someone else that I've been saying as well, coming towards the end of a contract over at Atletico Madrid. He's someone that I think will settle in quite a lot of teams. He's a great midfielder. He's got known, I think, as like as like a pit bull or something over where he's been playing. So, and obviously he knows the Premier League. Would you get rid of your manager because of? No, but I wouldn't get rid of Eddie Howe. I've said this so many times. Like, he's the thing is, right? Eddie Howe has brought us Champions League twice in the last 3 years. Like, he's brought us a trophy last year. Like, people need to realize, like, he took us over when we didn't have a single win in like 14 games in the Premier League to where we are right now. So no, I have a lot of time for him. Yeah.
I do think though, yeah, I'm back. What happened was the camera died. So the camera was charging. I had it hooked up to the charger, so that didn't happen. And then it died anyway. So I have now replaced it. So it's all fine. So actually it wasn't, I mean, it was a technical issue, but it wasn't actually a technical issue with anything I had set up. It was just that the battery died even though it was on a charger, which is
also, you can tell Dave. You can tell Bored Dave Boy's missus does not watch the stream, because there's no way in hell he would be saying that comment if she was in there.
Dave, I hope your next pint is flat. Yeah. Now that we've taken care of that little issue, I'll put manners on board Dave Boy, even if his other half doesn't. I'll do it on her behalf.
Do you know what? So Rob said something there, which that comment there, which I'm intrigued of what you would think about Conor Gallagher, because it's someone that who I've mentioned a few times as
What
as
is
a
he?
potential
25 or
option.
something? What it?
I think he's
Conor
26, maybe.
Gallagher. Do you know what annoys me? Did I say this to you before? Conor Gallagher. The name Gallagher is Irish. It's pronounced
Yeah, it is.
Gallagher. It's
Yeah.
Gallagher. It's not Gallagher. So either he can't pronounce his own name or nobody else can. It really irritates me because I'm like, if he pronounces it Gallagher, then that's what I'll say because it's his name, and if he wants to pronounce it incorrectly, then he
I mean,
can.
he is. I mean, I
But
guess he's English, but he might have Irish blood in it.
Roots, yeah, you would imagine
Yeah,
so. So let me
seems
pull
so.
up Conor Gallagher because that's how you pronounce that name. Because in Irish, the GH makes a huh sound.
Yeah, and how do you pronounce Sunderland, Luke?
Sunderland, like Disneyland, Ireland, the land of Ire. Especially if you're talking about Edison Cavani. Right now, there's me. Oh, push the button.
And let me know.
Every time, the Sugar Babe song, every single time. And I say that when I'm doing things because I talk myself through the thing because otherwise I'll do the wrong thing. I'm one of those, when you're talking and you're texting, I type whatever I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't speak to
talk
someone
myself
whilst
through the
typing.
motions. No, but
Like,
I can't do it. I'm just like, hold on a minute.
No.
Just wait.
No, if I'm in the office and someone's talking to me whilst I'm writing, I'll actually have to tell someone to just stop a minute because I will just start writing what they're saying to me.
I've done it in emails and all sorts. I'm a terror. But so I have to say it as I'm doing it. But I regularly say push the button. And every time I say push the button, I think of that Sugar Babe song. It's a great song.
Do you know what's an
really
absolute
good song.
madness? Okay, yeah. You did not just see an advertisement. Look at the advertisement on the left.
Oh, interesting. I would just like to let everybody know I am not responsible for the ads that appear on transfermarket.com. That is entirely their own doing and nothing to do with me. And please nobody tell my fiance, who is very much a male. But on the side note, here we are on Conor Gallagher. Gallagher. What is wrong? Now I can't say his name right. Oh, I don't know what I've done. I've pushed something. Did I push? I probably pushed bottom, whatever makes it go to the end.
You pushed the button.
I pushed the button. That's it. The Sugar Babe should actually just be my theme song. So he's 25. He's February 2000. So actually he's going to be 26 in February because that's my birthday's work. But yeah, so he's not far off. He is started 22% of the game so far this season in La Liga.
It's not. He's not massively
minutes.
worked out in
no
Atletico this season.
But you know what it is? The fact that he's not worked out in a Spanish league doesn't necessarily mean he won't work out in England. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't work in a league, doesn't mean you won't work in another league because the leagues are so very different.
I mean, so we actually played Atletico Madrid at pre-season, and Conor Gallagher actually started the game for them in that game, and he looked good, to be honest. And obviously, he has Premier League experience. Exactly,
and he is not remotely injured.
No.
I don't know if you do this, Ash, but I have to check this every time we look at a player because genuinely, disaster.
Hey, listen, you don't want to do that because go on Johan Wissa and look at his injury record.
Well, it's less than the 2 pages of.
Well, listen, Johan Wissa didn't have basically any injuries. Comes to us and then instantly gets injured. So but as you can see, he's.
So this is all the rumors about him. These are the people that might want him. So everybody, and apparently, it's not even up this. What a lie! The rumor archives are not up to date.
Yeah, I normally use this as a transfer feed, which kind of goes more about rumors and stuff. But
I was just curious. Look, we are so right. So this is the archive. This is the rumor archive, Ash. This is the current interested club. We are the only current rumor for Conor Gallagher. We're the only team currently. There's an 85% probability of transfer, apparently. Now,
yeah, I've just seen just 3 days ago as well. There's been some more talk. So,
do you know what it is? It's constant. It's constant. We're linked to him quite a bit at the minute. Blah blah blah.
Like I said, I to be honest, for someone, I've said this quite a bit because when a while ago, I actually looked at Man United and potential the midfielder option, and obviously you've got the ones that you would like the most, which would be like say Belieber or Elliot Anderson.
I don't want Belieber.
And even, I mean, he's not looked hugely amazing this season as well. Then Adam Wharton's also a potential option up there. But then under that, you have some cheaper players. And Conor Gallagher is one of those options that he's not massively old. He's still not even reached his peak. And he's someone that's probably only going to cost between about £30 million.
Well, what they're saying there, market value 35 million, and sure, a bit of room for negotiation.
Is that in euros as well?
Yeah, that's euro.
Yeah. So there you go. So it generally wouldn't surprise me because, like I said, he's not being a main staple in that Atletico team. So he's coming to the end of his contract, I'm pretty sure as well. So he would be someone that I think they would more than happily sell, and I think he would do a good job. Like, to be honest, like I remember when he was at Chelsea, he looked good. So yeah,
I wouldn't be dead set against it. I would prefer if it was possible to have a loan from January until the summer, until we see is he would he actually fit with us? Because as I said, right, so we have Casemiro, who is fantastic, but is just going to have to retire. We've Bruno, who isn't a midfielder and who is now currently injured, and who is potentially going to be going in the summer anyway, if all these rumours are true. Let's face it, we had enough of them last summer without starting again this summer, so I think he's likely going to go. Then we have Manu, who wants to leave himself. Look, Manu's in the picture there with Conor Gallagher. So, like, Manu likely will want an exit because he's not being played. He's clearly not valued by Amram. If Amram's staying, then I don't think Manu will. And we have Ugarte, who just is not doing it. He's just not doing it. He's a Donny van de Beek. Next big up and coming thing, looks unbelievable, just isn't going to make it. So that leaves us with exactly 0 midfielders, with none left after that. So as I was saying to you earlier, we've young Toby Collier, who's actually 21, coming back. I think we'll keep him. I think we'll nurse him back to health. I think he will get minutes between now and the summer. He is a defensive midfielder, and he actually played a little bit under Erik ten Hag, and he had he played well. I'm trying to think, did he play instead of Casemiro? He's very much, he is a defensive midfielder. He's tall, he's robust, he's I wouldn't say stocky, but he's well built. He's not like a scrawny thing. You're not going to elbow him off the ball easily. And what I want in the team is a bit like Mbumo, a bit like someone who's not going to be pushed off the ball, someone who's not lightweight, someone who, when they go into a tackle, you're going to feel them. And so I think Collier, if he could get a handle on the injuries, could be that guy. I think he could be really, really good. But as I said, we need experience as well. We need people who aren't developmental. So Conor Gallagher at 25 is not a developmental player. He knows what he's doing. He's got the experience. So I wouldn't be dead set against it. It doesn't fill me with excitement. I'm not like, oh my God, that's a great move. Oh my God, that would be, really exciting. I'm a bit like, I wouldn't be dead set against it, but I'm not like, oh my God, yes, get him. I wouldn't mind a loan between now and the summer to see what he looks like. I don't know if I would fancy buying him now. I don't want to, because we need somebody, just buy anybody. I don't want to buy just anybody. I want them to be the right person, because otherwise it doesn't matter if they cost 30, 50, 100. If they're not the right person, it's a waste of money anyway. So I wouldn't be dead against it, but if it happened, I'd be curious rather than excited. And I don't think that's really how you want to feel about a signing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think someone like Gallagher is a type of player. Like I said, normally January you do get loan deals more likely, and then with like either options to buy or obligations to buy or something.
Yeah.
I feel like something like that is, I don't see a downside in something like that for the likes of Conor Gallagher, for how cheap he'll be. If it's a loan with like an option to buy, I think that would be perfect, because then you can know if he will help. And then obviously it still allows you to be able to buy players that you would typically go for. And plus, like I said, he's 25, turning 26 soon. He's coming into his peak. I think he looked he looked great. Like at times, like he was a main staple even going into like England squad. So he's clearly got the potential to reach the level. Like for me personally, I wouldn't have a problem having him in Newcastle as a potential backup option, but he wouldn't be a starter for us. Is the problem because the position he would be in would be either Tonali or Bruno, more likely Tonali. And for me personally, if one of them are coming off, I would prefer someone like Lewis Miley to be coming in for their place.
And I think that's probably where I'm at with the Collier thing. I want to give Collier a chance before somebody else. And not in a case of like, oh, well, I think we should rely on youth because I don't want to spend money. It's more like if we have youth there that have the potential, I don't want to block their path by getting somebody for the sake of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We're already down in the doldrums. We're already not doing particularly well. I mean, we might as well use it while we're already here to be able to bring youth through rather than shoehorn people in that maybe won't fit. And I just think Gallagher has some of the things that I wanted. As I said, he's the right age, he has the experience, you know, he's the right position for one of the positions that we need to fill. Yeah. But there's just, do you know that little something? There's just a little something where I'm like, it's missing. There's just something not quite there.
I know what you mean, because at the end of the day, we've seen Gallagher and he did start to like have a turn down in form, which is the whole reason why Chelsea sold him. Of course, like if you buy someone like an international player or even a Premier League proven player that's currently smashing not you've obviously seen the likes of Anderson. You know what he's capable of. If you buy international, it's always you're not too sure what they're going to be like. You have high hopes. But yeah, like I said, I think Conor Gallagher's not a terrible. No,
look, if we got him in, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, what are we thinking? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh my God, yes, please. I'm sorry. Indifferent. I'm just not.
Well, it's one of those. It's one of those transfers that you're like, that's more for squad depth than this is going to be our main staple midfielder going forward, and then you build a team around it. It's like it's exactly how we felt with some of our signings recently. We've had over the last window, we had quite a lot of squad depth players that we signed.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. But yeah, it's not a bad thing. I think January is going to be quite interesting because I do feel like there's going to be quite a lot of teams that are going to want to get players in.
Yeah, I actually think this is going to be one of the busiest Januaries in quite a while because it feels like a lot of teams need people in. Like with Isak after having his leg break, Liverpool are going to need somebody. City are obviously looking at being active. We definitely need somebody. Like there's a lot of big teams that are looking that have to be active.
Well, that's the thing is we actually have a lot of funds right now to go out and buy because of the Isak transfer. We actually have a lot of disposable income right now. So that's why I am fairly hopeful that we will get a couple of people in January. We're being linked to some interesting people. Like, even Jonathan David, the player he's over at Juventus. He's not been.
We were linked to him quite a lot before. Fabrizio really likes him. Like Fabrizio talks about him a lot. So that would be interesting if you went for him.
He's a very good player. He's not looked too good at Juventus this season, so I think that's why he's looking like he could go somewhere else. But but then again, we don't really need a striker at the moment. Like we've got Wissa and Voltemada, so but we keep on getting linked to David. Not too sure why. I don't see us getting him. Recently, actually, we've been linked to Keith Smith, which is over at AZ, but it's looking like he's probably going to be around £60 million for a centre mid. He's 19. He looks very good.
£60 million.
60 million euros is what is
it's still a lot, though, isn't it?
It is. I personally, I would prefer to get someone like Barcola in. Like I said, I think he would. He's an amazing attacking midfielder, and I would love to get him as that sort of position. Like I said, if I had to choose exactly what position if I had to choose two, I would say right back and attacking midfielder, just because I don't want Lewis Miley to keep being put as right back.
Yeah, he's so good. You don't want to ruin him. Although, like, he really, if I didn't know that wasn't his position, if I was watching you play, I wouldn't be like, oh, he like he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be looking at him going, oh no,
that doesn't
look
great.
like his position. He's very good.
Yeah, but that's the thing is he's very good, which is why I want him to carry on improving in his actual position. Because when you've got the likes of Sandro Tonali and Bruno that you're learning from, like these are unbelievable players that, to be honest, I feel like Sandro Tonali is probably going to go to someone like Real Madrid because his quality is just unbelievable. Like when you actually watch him, I can see him going somewhere, to be honest, although I wish he doesn't, but he's still in contract until like 2029 anyway, so I'm not slightly worried. And if we do sell, we're going to get a lot of money.
That's a long contract, Ash.
Yeah, that's
not so bad. And so, do you think that you are going to be active? Did I say that already?
Yeah. I don't know if I said it, but I do. I do think we're going to be active. I'm pretty sure Eddie Howe's actually said it as well.
Oh, okay.
And if you look at our links, like Will Asula, who basically we nearly sold him on the transfer deadline day to Frankfurt for 30 million. It's looking like that offer is going to be a bit less, but it looks like it's probably going to be a loan to move with an obligation to buy or something.
Okay.
That's looking like that's going to come out in January over to Frankfurt again. So that'll get us some more money potentially, whether it's in now or in the next season. But yeah, I can see us definitely getting an attacking midfielder, and we need to do something about this issue we've got in defence because we have a problem. Like I'm flipping right now. One of our main centre backs is literally going grey. He's got grey hairs.
Like, sounds bad when you put it like that. Not that there's anything wrong with grey hair, people. Don't mind Ash. Please withdraw your likes.
He's 34 years old. Like, look, Fabian Shaw has been absolutely amazing. One of the best buys in full stop. Mm-hmm. But there's a point where he's struggling a bit. Like if you watch him, like even in the Man United games, you got some times the balls come to him and he just boots it into Rose Ed. Not like him. He definitely needs to get taken out of the team slowly.
Yeah. Ash, we have been live for 1 hour and 26 minutes. It's getting late for the people, but we have more Premier League matches on Tuesday.
Indeed.
Today's only Sunday. They're back on Tuesday, but you know what that means? For the few people that are left in the room with us, because everybody's leaving, they're all going to bed, so it's just going to be us. We are going to do our predictor because we're not going to have time to do it otherwise. So we're going to have to do it today. So can you grab the link? Because on my new computer, I don't have it. I was looking for it there and I couldn't find it. So if you have the link, we'll do it. And it's going to be a very exclusive predictor club today. Flossie has gone to walk the doggos, and I saw Winnie had to leave there a little while ago as well, but it is late, it is Sunday, people are going to bed, some people might have work tomorrow, it's a tough owl go, so it's going to be an exclusive predictor for just a few of us. And let me see, get her up there. You are going to be in charge of the controls, but let's whack our way through them so we don't keep everybody past their bedtime. So people, there's only a few of us left in the room. I'm going to need your support. I need us to get involved in this one because you can't leave it to me and Ash because we absolutely are terrible at this. Me and Ash have the worst predictions ever, and only for you, lot, I don't think we've got any of them right so far. So we absolutely need your help. So the first game, Burnley versus Newcastle.
Yeah, there's 4 games on at the same time.
Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. Whoever's scheduling this is just absolutely dreadful. Completely 100% dreadful. I would not let them schedule anything. Dave Boy is saying 1-1 Burnley Newcastle. Anybody else?
Guys.
Ash's head combusts. Guess is saying Newcastle to win, but she doesn't actually give us a score. Rob Always United is building the suspense. He says 2-1. Is that to Burnley? The way he's written it, that looks like 2-1 to Burnley. Ash, guess.
Listen, right? Listen, Do you know what the craziest thing is?
1-1 also.
No, do you know what annoys me? There'll be people like Rob and stuff that predicted like you guys to lose to Newcastle, and then saying we're going to lose to Burnley. Like, are
yes,
you like?
Because if you lose to us, you could lose to anybody. You might lose to Wolves if you can lose to Manchester United. So we have 2 draws, 1 Newcastle win, 1 Burnley win. So far the draw is winning. I would have said Newcastle win.
Thanks,
what would you say, Ash? Where is Burnley in the table? That's important. Where is Burnley in the table?
Here, I've got them up 19th.
Oh, 19th.
But by the way, I looked at there was a website called Sukwa or something. It's like a weird name.
It sounds like a weird name, Ash.
they do some like great comparisons of like players.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did a table based on XG, and the XG actually said Burnley would have actually been bottom without a win.
Okay, but they're not. And
the 19th basically bottom.
Well, Guess is saying surely you're going to win. Dave Boy is saying your away form is terrible.
No, because I can literally read her saying surely Newcastle could win, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, that's how she feels about Manchester United. So, I mean, it's not exclusive to you, this level of doubt. What I will say is Burnley just drew 0-0 with Everton in the most dreadfully boring thing I've ever seen. So, we have 3 Newcastle win, 1 Burnley win, 2 draws. So, I reckon that means we go with Newcastle win. I think it's going to be drastically boring. I think Newcastle 1-0 maximum.
Listen, I'll take that.
So can everybody see the predictor? Let me just know if everybody can see it there, because I think you should all be able to see it, but since nothing's working, since my camera went, you can all see what we're typing in though.
Yeah. I can. I've just checked the stream. You can.
Perfection.
Personally,
I just thought it seemed like a good time to check if everybody could see what we were doing. So Chelsea, Bournemouth. What do we think, people? Get your thoughts in. Chelsea, Bournemouth. I want Chelsea to lose because that would be good for Manchester United because we have Wolves again. So I really just want Chelsea to lose. However, as I said earlier in the stream, Bournemouth have been absolutely woeful.
The thing is, so have Chelsea.
Rob is saying 2-2. So Rob expects the two teams to just get slapped like a cold fish, wake up, score all the goals. Dave Boy is saying Chelsea 3, Bournemouth 1.
I mean, you got to think about this, right? Chelsea's recent form has not been good. Like,
not at all.
We should have beat them. They end up drawing to us. They lost, obviously, to Villa. I think they've got like. I've got a feeling it's like 1 win in the last 6 games or something. So
far we have 2-2. 3-1 to Chelsea, 2-1 to Chelsea, 1-0 to Chelsea. So we are outnumbered. Chelsea are going to win.
I do think Chelsea's going to win as well. I think they've got.
I think it's going to be
Bournemouth's on a downward trajectory as well.
What do you reckon? 2-0?
I was thinking 2-0. 2-0.
Do you not think Chelsea are conceding a lot of goals though?
We'll do 2-1 then. I just, sure.
This one's interesting. Forest Everton. Everton drew to woeful Bournemouth. Forest give City a run for their money.
Yeah, I think Forest could win this like 3-1.
Wow. Okay. Ash is going early. Ash thinks 3-1 to Forest. People, get your thoughts in. Forest Everton. Who do you reckon?
The thing is, Everton's lost quite a few players to big players to AFCON. Forest looked very good against City, and like I said, they probably should have drawn the game, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Forest were very good. Everton have been underwhelming compared to what I thought in my mind.
So it's in 2-1s or 2-0 to Everton. 2-0 to Everton, that one. So
I think Dave Boy is saying 2-1 Forest. Then Jay is saying Everton 2-0.
2-0, yeah. Then
Rob is
2-1
2-1 Forest. So that's 2 for Forest, 1 for Everton. You reckon Forest? I think maybe Forest too. Okay,
Are you saying Forest win 2 or Forest score 2?
Well, the score there, Dave and Rob have both given us 2-1 to
2-1.
Forest. Guess is saying Forest will win, but she's not expecting a lot of goals. 3 doesn't seem like a lot, so I think that fits with what we're saying. Do we think, could it be a 2-0?
It could be.
The lads have said 2-1, so we've 2 for 2-1, so we'll go with the lads. But potentially that could be a 2-0. West Ham, Brighton. What do we reckon?
God.
This one could be dross. This one could be real dross.
The thing is, I can also see in this game actually being really high scoring.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like, where are
West
we?
Ham
Forest.
Relegation zone.
Look, West Ham, 36 goals conceded.
Yeah, but they're not scoring many. Are Brighton scoring many?
26. More than 1 a game. Nearly 1.5 a game. And I could see personally Brighton scoring 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Dave said 3. I think it could be a 3-1 to Brighton.
Well, Dave is saying 3-0 Brighton. Rob is saying 1-1. Jay is saying 1-1. Guess is not giving us our answer for this one just yet. She's obviously thinking deeply, but so far we've 2 draws and 1 Brighton win. You reckon Brighton win?
What are you thinking, Lo? Come on, you've got to put.
Yeah, I'm the deciding vote now. Bugger is all. Guess has done it for me. Guess has gone Brighton win. So that's.
Come on, Lou, what were you going to say?
2 Brightons,
Unless
2
you're
draws.
about to say a draw.
Brighton. No, I was going to lean to Brighton, but I was thinking maybe 2-1. I'm saying a lot of 2-1s. I just don't think it's going to be a big gap. I think West Ham, maybe 3-1. West Ham, I think, will score, but I think Brighton will likely win. This is going to be good. This is the tasty. Do you remember I said to you earlier, when I look at the fixtures, I go, what's going to be good? This match. This is the game of the weekend. Arsenal-Aston Villa. That is the match everybody's going to be watching. And I think Aston Villa are going to beat them.
Really?
Yep. I don't know if I mean that or if I'm willing it into existence, but I absolutely think Aston Villa are good enough to beat Arsenal.
So, Lou, I'll give you a little stat here.
Go on.
Aston Villa have never in their history won 12 games in a row.
Well, do you want to know a new stat, a different stat? They've already won 11 and they're about to beat Arsenal. Woohoo!
That's what I mean. If they do this, it'll be their record. I think it was like 1914 or something was the last time they've won 11 in a row. So,
well, that's what I mean. They're making new records every day. Like 11 is a really big number. It's a huge number. And as we said earlier, Morgan Rogers is on fire. Ollie Watkins has just stormed out of the traps. I think they're going to beat them. I think they're going to beat them.
I think it could happen, but I think my issue is if Villa comes out and has the first half like they did against Chelsea, I think Arsenal. The only issue is Arsenal really are struggling open play goals. Like,
well, if Villa don't score an own goal for them, I don't think Arsenal come in. Their last 3 wins have been from own goals.
Yeah, they've had
4 own goals in their last 3 matches.
They've had a penalty. They've had 4 own goals. They've had a penalty, and then there was an actual goal in the last game.
1. Do you know what I mean? So I think Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa is going to beat them. Now, let's see what the chat think after I have hammered home my point that I think Aston Villa is going to win. Have they believed me or have they done their own thing?
Well,
Jay is saying a draw. Dave Boy is saying 2-1 to Villa. He's with me. Rob is saying 2-1 to Villa with me. Guess has let the side down. She's gone realistic. She reckons Arsenal's going to win. Down with that sort of thing. What do you reckon, Ash? And I'm peer pressuring you here. I am peer pressuring you through the computer. So, if I hear words Arsenal win, I am telling Anton, I'm telling Anthony, I'm telling all the Arsenal fans I know you're one of them.
I don't think it's going to be an Arsenal win. I thought it was more likely to be a draw. But
so you're with Jay.
before before I thought I would say Villa to win this game, actually. I'm just slightly worried after their game against Chelsea, because if they have that first half like what they did against Chelsea, I think they could potentially concede quite a few goals.
Yeah, but I don't think they will. I think Unai Emery will light a fire under their backsides.
Against his last team.
I think their backsides will be.
He's got a very good. I'm pretty sure he's actually got a very good record against Arsenal.
This is the game. This is the game. So look at the top there, the top three, right? Arsenal is top with 42 points. Villa is third with 39 points. If Villa beat Arsenal,
that's actually crazy.
If Villa
they go level.
beat Arsenal, they go level on points.
Wait, that's actually crazy.
Ash, this is Arsenal versus Emery. This is the title race. This is the title race.
That's actually crazy.
This is like one of those games that I think, like a derby, the rules go out the window. The form goes out. Do you know what I would be doing? There's definitely going to be a red card in this match. Who's the referee? We need to know the referee of this match, because this is going to be... I'm so excited. I love it. I just absolutely love it. This is going to be mayhem. And it's my team's not involved, which makes it even better.
The referee Darren England,
who has an average of 3.67 yellow cards per match. He does have a low average for red cards, but I think we could just do absolute madness. I love it. I love it. And it's on at the same time as my team.
The red card was against West Ham as well. Why?
Yeah, but who put Arsenal Villa at the same time as Manchester United? Honestly, give me the email address of the person making these decisions. I would like to help them.
The thing is...
because they're an idiot.
Well, you got to think, right? These first four games starts 45 minutes before these games. So it's like, I don't like it when this happens, because
it's dreadful. What are we going to do?
Man
United and Arsenal should not be playing at the same time.
Man United, Wolves.
It's 3-0 to United, maybe 4. People, tell me what you think. Cheer me up. What am I going to have to... I'm going to have to put them on different screens. I never watch 2 matches at the same time, Ash, because I don't have the attention span. I literally cannot do it.
It is quite hard. It is quite hard to...
I'm going to have to, because I am not missing. That Arsenal Villa, that match could decide who wins the Premier League this season. I fully believe that match could genuinely decide who wins the Premier League. That's going to set the whole trajectory for the entire rest of the season. And I think Aston Villa and Unai Emery are going to stop Arsenal winning the Premier League. Meanwhile, Manchester United will be beating Wolverhampton Wanderers 3-0. And I feel sorry for Wolves. I feel sorry for their fans. I feel a little bit sorry for Rob Edwards, but we're going to smash them. Board Dave Boy agrees with me. 3-0. And nobody's... let me say... Jay is saying he would love to agree with me, but he's saying 1-0. At least he said United win, because Jay has not been feeling it at the moment. He is not full of confidence with Amram. So,
I mean, to be fair,
that was gone the other way.
To be fair, if you guys do play anything like what you played against us, and then you just sit six defenders behind the ball.
Yeah, but we will.
Oh my God. Imagine if you have less possession at home to Wolves.
It wouldn't even surprise me. I mean, they gave us a game the first time, Ash. They gave us a game the first time. Guess has outdone Rob. Rob said 6-1. And Guess has lost the plot. She's had too much tea and she's gone 10-0.
I think she meant to put 1-0.
She has corrected herself to 3-1. Apparently, she also has a cat that gets into her computer.
Yeah, actually works on the keyboard a bit with that one.
What would your guess be, Ash?
I would say 2-0.
Okay. We'll go with 3, but okay. That's fine. Right, next. Palace Fulham. Palace are not having a good time of it.
Fulham's been scoring quite a bit. I think it's going to be a 2-3 to Fulham. I think Fulham's gonna win.
You think that many goals?
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen, Fulham has been an absolute flipping shitfest recently. There's been so many goals in those games.
True. Palace were bad though. I watched Palace Spurs today. I'm not joking. It was so boring. I was sitting watching it and I was like, what am
They
I doing with my
definitely,
days off over Christmas? I'm
they
watching this
definitely should have scored a
dross.
few goals.
Well,
Like,
Richarlison scored 2 and both of them offside. That
yeah,
man does not understand how the offside trap works
no.
because he was tripping the trap every time. But I mean, Palace were underwhelming.
So Jay has said 2. Doesn't say to who, just 2. Someone's going to score 2 goals. No idea who. Dave
Rob
Boy says
says
2-1 Fulham. Rob says
Okay.
2-1 Fulham.
Sounds like 2 Fulham.
2 Fulham.
Okay. So it
I'm gonna
sounds like
put-
everybody's going with Fulham.
Yeah.
So you know what to
I
do?
said-
We'll go with Fulham because the chat are saying Fulham, but you're expecting goals, so we can
That's it,
put
yeah.
3-1 if you like, because then we're still
Yeah.
going. Or yeah, put
Okay,
3-2 if you want. We're still going with chat, but we're going with your scoreline. We're merging them. It's like a combo.
Okay.
Have you filled in -3 for Sunderland? I didn't even see you doing that. Ash picking on Sunderland. Right, well, first, Liverpool Leeds. This one I think is going to have goals. This is the game I think is going to have goals. And I think Leeds can beat them, you know. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling wild.
Dominic Calvert Lewin, masterclass.
Yeah. Do you know what? Dominic Calvert Lewin's going to get a hat trick. And
Hey, listen,
is going to break his leg as well.
Florian Wirtz got his goal.
I reckon people, Dave Boy is saying this could be closer than people think, so I'm only going 6-0 Leeds. Jay is saying Leeds win. All the United fans are back in Leeds.
Yeah,
that's how much
crazy.
we hate Liverpool.
Oh, this is so weird. I've never heard loads of Man United fans back Leeds.
We really dislike Liverpool.
Personally, it's at Anfield. I think on New Year's Day, I think Liverpool are going to win this, to be honest.
Guess reckon she hates both of them, but she does think Liverpool will win.
If I'm going to be honest, if I'd say my scoreline, I think it's going to be 3-0 Liverpool.
I think 3-2 Leeds.
That's right. Well, more people have said that. So
Rob says 3-2 as well.
Listen,
we are willing it. What do you call that? Manifestation. It's going to happen. We're not doing -3 to 8 because Sunderland pulled it out of the bag, won their match with 7 players at AFCON. Also, City were given a game by Forest. Genuinely, on another day, Forest could have got a point out of that City match. And Sunderland are playing well, even with their players missing. And they scored today, and they're still in 7th. So I don't think Mr. 14th place can push a team on -2. So if we can just get ourselves together, Ash. And Jay is coming for you. Ash, you said you were going to beat us being United. Just saying. So you don't get to vote on Sunderland. So people,
that's not true.
help me out because we're disqualifying Ash.
No, that's not true because I said Man United were going to beat us.
You did, to be fair. But we're disqualifying you from this one. So people, help me out because Ash is disqualified. Sunderland City. What do we reckon the score is going to be? I do think City will win. I don't think they'll trash them. I think they'll want to prove something after a not great performance against Forest. I think maybe 3-1 City. But let's see, have the chat given us any predictions or are they too busy having a laugh at Ash? Dave Boy is saying 2-2 to Sunderland. So Sunderland are going to win that draw. They're going to be the better drawers of the draws.
No, Dave was saying 2-2.
I don't think he was. Rob is also saying 2-2. People are saying 2-2 here. We've got 2-2-2s. 2-2-2s. Get that minus out of there, you.
I don't think it's going to be a 2.
2-2, Jay. We're all 2-2. Get the 2-2s in there,
It's not going to be a 2-2 draw. It's not. It's not going to be a 2-2 draw. There's no way. Why would exactly? So if a 2-2 is a Sunderland win. There is no.
You leave it alone. You're outvoted. 2-2. Brentford Spurs. I think Brentford beat Spurs. Sorry, Kate. Kate's gone. We won't tell her. I think Brentford are going to beat Spurs. Spurs were not good today. Richarlison does not know what offside is.
4 goals.
They smashed Bournemouth. So I think Brentford are going to beat Spurs. What do you think, people? Who's going to win? What's the score going to be? Ash, what do you reckon?
It's such a weird game because Spurs has been better away from home. But the fact Richarlison can't look down the line to see if he's onside or not is absolutely terrible.
It's dreadful. It really was bad. God love him.
I can see Spurs scoring.
Okay.
3-1 Brentford.
Oh, Dave Boy is saying 2-1 to Spurs. Kate would be pleased. Jay is saying 3-1 Brentford. Rob is saying 1-1. What did you say? 3-1 or 2-1?
3-1 Brentford.
You said 3-1 Brentford. Dave is saying Spurs have been okay away. Guess is saying 2-1 to Spurs. I think Brentford as well. I reckon, Brentford just scored 4 goals against Bournemouth. And I'm sorry, Spurs are not fantastical at the moment. I literally watched them today. And oh my God, now Archie Gray. Pat on the back for Archie Gray. And you know what? No matter who the team is, it's so lovely. He's only 19. He was so pleased. He was completely free in the box when he headed it in. There was nobody near him. He was so good. I was really pleased for him. But I mean, in general, Spurs are not good. They're really not good. So I reckon, I know what Dave Boy is saying. They've been better away, but Brentford are so good and they're at home. So I think 3-1 Brentford as well.
Not 31.
I thought you wrote 33. I mean, it's not far off the 10-0. Right. There's our predictions. And is that what would happen? So you've heard it here first, people. Aston Villa are going to win the Premier League. That's what's happening. Ash and I have just deciphered it. We have been here for 1 hour and 51 minutes with you wonderful people. You have been in it with us. And this is what's happening. Yeah, but we might be wrong.
No, we are. So
Manchester United are going into 5th. We are going into the Champions League. Liverpool are out on their backsides again. Newcastle are going to move from 14th into 11th. City are going top of the table. And Villa are going to remain 1 point behind them, level on points with Arsenal, who are going to lose to Villa. And actually, I think Villa are going to win the Premier League. It's happening. I am willing it into existence. Manchester United, we're going to go ahead of Chelsea at some point as well. We're actually going to finish 4th this season. We might let you finish 5th if you like. And this is the kind of fantasy land I'm living in at the moment. I will hear nothing against it. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. It has been quite a marathon, but we didn't get to see you for a few days. Thank you so much. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Please do smash a like on the video. I will be live over the next few days because obviously I'm off, so I'll be around. Hopefully Ash will join me at some point again, probably to discuss the next Premier League predictions because the games are coming thick and fast. Enjoy the rest of your evening and we will chat to you all very soon. Have a good one.